parents. I am Dr. Cam, family coach and teen untangler. I'm taking on that title thanks to Jamie and her book Tangled Up. Love it. I come here and jump on right now it's every Tuesday and Thursday to provide you with tips and insights and encouragement to help you have a better, more positive, peaceful relationship with your teen, because I believe that is very possible and I want to give you the tools to do that. Today I want to share that my email, my AOL address stopped working. And right now you're going, what's AOL? Or I thought everyone got rid of AOL. People still have their AOL addresses. Yes, I do, or did. I have been meaning to get rid of it for probably about 20 years since I stopped working there. And I just keep putting it off because it seems like it's going to be a total pain. I've been using it forever. All my accounts are hooked up to it. It's what I give out to everyone, and it's just the easiest thing to do. And so I keep procrastinating and putting it off because I don't want to deal with the frustration of having to do it. And this week, it just stopped working. I can't return emails. I haven't received any emails since Monday on it. And I'm realizing this is probably the sign that it's time to once and for all end the AOL account. And so I went through this morning and I wrote down a very lengthy list. It's pretty messy. A very lengthy list of all the accounts that I'm going to have to change and go in and change. And a lot of these accounts have been done just even in the past year or so, which means if I had changed my account even a year ago, half of these I wouldn't have had to change right now. And the longer I had waited to do it, the more painful this has become to have to address and deal with. So I'm going to have to spend quite some time today, may take longer than a day, to get these all changed over so I can change it. And this reminds me of a lot of conversations I have with parents and my clients. They really struggle a lot of times with having the energy and the time to change how they're approaching their teens. They're still reverting back to the strategies and techniques and responses that they used when their kids were younger. And they're finding that it's not working anymore. Those techniques have expired. They're no longer relevant to who their child is right now. But trying to change is overwhelming, and not knowing what they're going to use instead. What are they going to do instead? But what's happening is they feel like they're trying everything they know, because they are trying everything they know how to do. And the problem is everything they know how to do no longer work, because we're dealing with an upgrade. We're dealing with a different type of different child. Your child's completely different now, and teens are completely different than children, and what they need and how they respond and how they hear things completely different. And we need to completely change over to a new parenting style. But this feels overwhelming, and we resist it, and we wait longer and longer to do it. And what happens when we drag that out? We just get further and further stuck in these old ways, which makes it harder and harder for us to change. and it creates more things that we're going to have to address in the long run and fix in the long run because we've gone down this path. So what I want to share with you is just kind of three thoughts. If you're resisting making any sort of change, or you feel like you've done everything and it still doesn't work, I want you to just kind of think of these three different things. The first one is, I want to remind you that your teen is not broken and not being purposefully disrespectful or difficult. They are doing everything they know how to do to get where they need to get. And they don't have all the tools. They don't have the entire executive brain functioning yet, nor the experience to do things the way that we want them to do. They're learning these things from scratch a lot of the times because they're not things we just are born with. We have to learn them. And we learn by watching, and we learn by learning and being shown and being coached. And so I want you to just think about your teen is not broken. Your teen is not trying to be difficult. They just need something different from us because what we're doing right now is not working, and what they're doing right now is not working, and they need us to teach them a different way. The other thing I want to just remind you of is that your teenager, your child, needs you more than ever before, and probably ever will again, right now when they are in adolescence. They are craving your love, your affection, your approval, your support. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. I know. It's hard to believe that when they give you attitude, roll their eyes, slam their doors, all of these things. But again, remember, this is how they know to respond. This is what their brain is instinctually telling them to do. It does not mean that they don't care. In fact, in a way, it's testing you to see if they're still lovable despite all of this sometimes horrificness that they kind of spew out. They're still testing you, and they still want to believe that they are loved. And I think this is really difficult for us to grasp because a lot of us feel unloved by our teens. We feel disrespected. We feel unappreciated. And you know what? In a lot of ways, we are. But it's not on purpose. It's because they don't know how to do it better yet. And I know this is so hard sometimes for us to just accept and process. But I just want to remind you that they're still probably more sensitive than ever inside, and more needing of us than ever inside. So just remember that when they're spewing stuff out that feels so hurtful. The other thing to remember is that the sooner we make changes in how we approach our teens, the sooner we change kind of our parenting approach to better fit what an adolescent needs, the sooner we're going to reap the benefits. The sooner things are going to start calming down. The sooner we're going to be able to build a stronger relationship with them. The sooner we can start helping them build the self-esteem from a place of trust and respect, rather than constantly having to just respond to these instantaneous blow-ups and reactions where we feel like we're in this spiral and loop of just conflict. Once we change this, we can start enjoying our teen sooner. And so a lot of us, I think, get in this mindset of, this is a stage, they're going to grow out of it. I'm just going to wait it out until they grow out and do the best I can and survive the best I can. The problem with this is, first, it makes those years of adolescence, which can feel like in eternity if you're in that place, we're missing out on chances where we can really get to know our teens and enjoy them. The second thing is, if we just try to get through this period of time surviving, we are missing our biggest opportunity to ensure that our kids are set up to thrive for the rest of their lives. This is the time where we have the biggest impact on their belief systems, their mindset, who they see themselves, how they interact with the world. They're establishing all of this right now, and we have the ability and the opportunity right now to ensure that they are set up with the skills and the mindset to truly succeed and believe in themselves. And so I don't want us to wait any longer. I don't want us to just wait this time out and hope that we come out okay and depend on their resiliency to be able to get through it, and our own resiliency to be able to get through it. I want us to do better for ourselves and for them, and I want us to have that relationship with them that, I can't say this enough, can be the best years as a parent. No lie. The time when your kids are teens can be the most rewarding, fun time as a parent. And I want you to have that. I want you to experience that. And if you're thinking, I want it too, but I've tried everything and my child's just not responding to me, and they're nothing I do, they're not having it. And my teen is, or my relationship is too far gone. My teen's too far gone. No, it's not. And that's exactly what I'm here to do. And I want you to find either me or someone you really trust to help walk you through this. And one of the things that I will say, and I work with parents right now, and we've been working together, and we're trying a lot of different things, and some things will work for a while, and then they don't. And the beauty of having somebody work beside you is that I'm not going to run out of ideas. I'm constantly going to be finding ideas, and I'm constantly going to be tweaking ideas and working with you to figure out what's going to work with your teen, because every parent, every teenager, and every teen parent dynamic is different, which is why when you read books or listen to podcasts and you hear these things, that trying to apply them to your own situation can be very difficult and frustrating, because it doesn't work exactly how they just said it should work. And having somebody to sit there with you and adjust and adapt to make it work for you is what you could need, is what could help. So just thinking that you don't have to do this alone, and there is help. So now I'm going to go and change my account and get rid of my AOL account. Dun, 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 dun. It's going to be very hard for me to let go of. I've held on to it so long, but I'm going to let go. And as my daughter reminded me, as Sharpay Evans from High School Musical, which is still a great movie, says, out with the old and in with the new. I'm going to go out with the old account, in with the new account. It's going to be extremely painful right now, I have no doubt. And I'm going to be on probably a lot of YouTube videos and asking for a lot of help places to get me through this, to make sure I've got all my accounts set up straight. But once this is done, once I have finally just taken that leap and dealt with it, the burden is going to be off my shoulders, and I'm going to be able to move over once and for all. And I will never again have to say to another sales clerk, embarrassingly, .aol.com. I know. Just haven't changed it. It's too much of an effort. I know. I'm dating myself. Every single time I have to say that. So not that they care, but I feel like I have to say that. I'm not going to have to do that anymore. I'm going to move on and be up with the times and use an account that people actually don't laugh at. So that's going to be my fun weekend chore. With that, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and hopefully I will see you back next session.